Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony courtside. On our sidelines tonight, reporting Allie LaForce. This game will wrap up the homestand here for the Raptors. And, of course, Stephon Castle. Many wonder how they'll do without him. Well, we'll soon find out.
And to say the deal changes the look and the feel of this franchise, quite frankly, is stating the obvious. They are a vastly different team than they were just a few days ago. Obviously looking long-term rather than short.
Now, here's Doncic. Inside. It's stolen by Bailey. Here's Herbo. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And there's that vertical of Herbo. Gets off the floor with ease and just hammers that one down.
And they double up Doncic. Outside Jackson. Just 5 on the clock. The Raptors need to get a shot up. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Misses the 3. And for such a young team, pretty impressive how well the Magic defend.
And that's their identity. They are elite at that end of the floor, and they force turnovers at a really high clip.
Outside for Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
And anytime Jackson gets near the rim, it's pretty much a done deal.
Castle, no one around him. And it's off from three-point range. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
I briefly spoke with Darko Rajakovic. When asking him about their key to success, he immediately pointed to Jamal Murray. Coach said he's the conductor of their operation. If you want to slow them down, you go for the head of the snake, and that's Jamal. Keying in on the orchestrator sounds like a good plan. We'll see if they execute it. Back to you guys.
Thank you once again, Allie. The finish. And finished off by Bailey.
A great transition play there from Bailey. I know coaches love seeing the rookie hustle.
Bamba wide open, and he fires. Off target with his 3. Out left to the wing. Outside Durant. And Bamba pulls it down.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage.
Fellas, that's exactly why they look to get him the ball around the rim. I mean, it's either a dunk or free throws every time.
Now, Doncic, after Tyler Herro's three-pointer that didn't go. Pass to Jackson. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
And he is a huge presence inside at both ends. Jackson's a great asset to have in the post.
Stolen by Bamba. Doncic with it. Guarded now by Durant. Jackson misses. KD on the wing. The Magic again can't hit. Here's Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Big time flush by Doncic. Man, this young fella really has a lot of game.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark. And, guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And, guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Now, here's Doncic. Rebounded by Castle.
Give the defense credit there. Normally, that's 2 points.
And never Greg an all-star, but he is a star. Jamal Murray can flat out play.
And he's had his hurdles to overcome with injury over the years, but he's never one to shrink from a challenge, and he remains a prolific shot creator.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
Jump ball called on the play.
Pass to Aldama. Back to Castle. Takes it off the glass.
A 6'6" Castle is a strong finisher inside.
Doncic looking it over. Driving to the basket. And the dunk by Doncic.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, G.A. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Here's KD. After Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Off the left rim and out.
Oh, he's kind of deflating their chances, and I know he really wants to help the team, but this is not the way to go about it.
Duren down low. And Duren slams it in.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Outside Durant. Ripped away. Here's Doncic. Count the basket. Doncic has got 8 points.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
It's been all about Luka Doncic for Toronto. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We come back right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what do you guys think about the Raptors here so far in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them, guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
Here's Jackson, and he can't bank that one in. The Magic trailed by 4. Now we'll hear from Allie Lepores, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks, guys. Well, Jordan Poole, he's never shy. He said the big moments, end of the shot clock, end of the quarter, the end of the game, those are nothing. There's real-life stuff that people should use the word pressure for. Basketball might be a little nerve-wracking for like 30 seconds. Kevin, back to you.
He certainly plays without fear. All right, Allie, we thank you very much. Stolen by Durant. Here we go, one-on-one. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Going up high, Kevin Durant.
Durant always ready to throw it down. You can't let him get close to the rack.
Outside for Jackson. And they double up Jackson. A shot by Middleton, wide open. Off target from three-point range. GA now in year 3 under Darko Rajakovic. The Raptors are staying the course.
His contract runs through next season, and he's all in on developing these young players and getting the best out of them.
6 to shoot. Outside for KD. And Durant can't get that one to fall. Jackson deciding where to go with it. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And the basket by Jackson.
Worked that one inside nicely.
Pass to Sexton. Here's Queen. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Outside Jackson. Shoots a fader. Rebound by the Magic.
Unnecessary to go to the fadeaway there. It wasn't needed. Could have just kept it simple and taken the easy shot.
Here's Queen. And Dadier pulls it down. It's Jackson with the drive. And the dunk by Jackson.
And a guy who can drive and finish with either hand. Jackson's tough to stop once he gets going downhill.
First personal foul. First team foul. Orlando substitution.
To the inside. Duran. And Duran slams it in.
What he lacks in height, he certainly makes up for with his bounce.
Middleton drives in. Here's Jackson. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's on Ace Bailey.
And here's a guy that's not in coast mode. Jackson's going to give it all he has every minute he's on the floor. That's how he earns the and one.
He takes it in. Here's Bailey. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. There's always a need for shot makers in the NBA, GA, and that's what Ace Bailey brings to the floor.
Bailey has a smooth jumper with a high release point that allows him to shoot over just about any defender. And when you pair that with his physical tools, his upside is through the roof.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. He hits both from the stripe. Some say, Clark, the game has lost its physicality, with fewer fouls called on average than in any previous decade.
You know, I don't necessarily fully agree with that, Kevin. Sure, the game is still physical. Some of the hard fouls, and because the game was played closer to the basket in the past, lent itself to more fouls being called and more bumping and thumping. It's more perimeter-oriented now, but I don't know if it's necessarily less physical. And I don't actually mind fewer foul calls. I like the players being able to play and put the ball in the basket as much as possible.
In the corner, it's Jang. Nailed from three-point land. Jang's got his second bucket of the night.
Defensively, you've got to apply more pressure to a shooter of his caliber.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamorous stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Here's Bailey.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Shot clock at 6. Pass to Diabate. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Diabate's got his first 2 points.
Most any coach loves points coming off assists.
Bamba sets a screen, but quiet by Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Boy, Doncic so crafty and good at using screens and being effective in screening situations. He's a true scorer and playmaker.
The Magic making a switch here. And here's KD for three. Denied once again, misfiring at a 30% rate. He's 3 for 10 now.
They'd love to get more help from him offensively right now.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Pass to KD. Herbo on the wing. Back to KD. Pocket 6. Now here's Durant. Rebound by Chang. To the paint. Here's Bamba. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. And now a 10-point Raptor lead.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Here's Doncic. Misses from close range.
As he often does, he gets to the rim. But that's just stellar defense.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Durant for three. It's hauled in by the Raptors. They've led by as much as 10. And slam dunk by Kamara.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
Rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
But look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
First personal foul.
And that one falls for Bamba. That will count. Duran. And so it's Toronto with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll return shortly. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. And timeout called by Darko Rojakovic. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. And timeout called by Darko Rojakovic. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
Here's Doncic. And this Magic team, Greg, hangs its hat on size, on switchability, and toughness.
Yeah, they contest everything and play with real discipline. For a young group, that is uncommon, and it's a big reason they've taken the lead.
Kicks it out to Herbo. Dort with the ball. Picked up by Herbo. Pass to Jackson. A fader. Again, Toronto.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Castle's got 9. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. And it's Doncic missing.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Pass to Duran. Castle on the wing. From the arc. And he's good on the 3-ball. Castle's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Nice little bounce in their step since the break. 3 for 4 to start the half.
Now Castle. 12 points for him. Lets the 3 fly. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
In the corner, Bamba with it. Durant with the steal. In the corner, Castle with it. Outside, Herbo. And it's Bailey in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Durant. Shoots over Kamara. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot. 24-second violation. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Kevin. Raptors head coach Darko Rajakovic wants his team to be very competitive on the defensive end. He said, quote, covering for each other, protecting the paint, taking away corner threes, and making a team effort. Everybody's got to chip in. Kevin?
All for one. Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks. Pass to Herbo. Just 5 to shoot. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Launches it from deep. The offensive rebound. Turn. Bamba with the block.
Guys, that's all athleticism and timing. Bamba, a terrific shot blocker because he uses the physical tools he has quite well.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
And he's finally getting the feel from beyond. His second 3 of the half right there.
Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Pass to Doncic. In the corner, Kamara with it. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Down low. Here's Bailey. And finished off by Bailey.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
You know, it's taken a big run, but they were able to get back into this one. Very impressive. No quitting these guys.
High post, Jackson. 20 points for him. On offense, here are the Magic. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Outside Durant. Pass to Herbo. In the corner, Castle with it. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
Well, he just didn't make the catch. Didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
And Toronto has possession. Middleton looking it over. And the Raptors miss again.
With no D around, you expect him to knock down that midi.
And now we've got the intentional foul. And Orlando making a change here.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Castle. He's got 15. And Aldama has it in the corner. Kicks it out to Herbo. There's a screen by Aldama. And Tyler Herbo gets the 3. Herbo's got 5.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
And how about the awareness from Valanciunas? He read the pick and roll coverage there. Beautiful.
Right side Herbo. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Jang. Pass to Valanciunas. Puts the move on. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
And it's not everybody who needs hops to finish at the rim. Valanciunas just needs to be an arm's length of the bucket to throw it down. Oh, why, thank you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points.
A lot of bounceability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous.
Castle with it. 15 points in the game. Pass to Diabate. Shot clock at 5. And the Magic can't hold on to the ball. And Orlando making a change here.
In for command, Jalen Wilson.
24 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Middleton outside. Fires from the wing. Diabate grabs the board.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's Aldama. And we've reached the end of the third. It's the Raptors. They lead by 6. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto.
46.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. The Magic trail by 6. Sexton deciding where to go with it. Here's Bailey to the right side. Here's Queen. Oh, good on the triple. Here's Shannon. Drives to the hoop. It's hauled in by Hero. Pass to Sexton. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
The assist.
Sexton got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Orlando. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Raptors leading by 4. To the middle. Stolen away. 3-on-3. Here's Bailey. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Well, whenever Bailey has it, Ace is looking to score. I love that in a young player.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Toronto.
You love how they've lived in the paint, making the defense just consistently have to collapse and still finding ways to convert.
The shooting's been great, but also how about the energy level? That's what's impressed me the most. They've been getting it up and down in transition, and that takes effort.
A big night for Jackson so far. He's a talented scorer and only getting better.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley was saying to the team. He really emphasized rim protection. He said to his guys, I want us to cut down on the easy looks inside. No more of that. It's a simple ask that could have a big impact.
All right, Allie, thank you. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Mohamed Bamba. And both free throws good for Duren.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
And I would not be surprised to see them double him up here.
We've known about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s defensive acumen, but G.A. much improved as a scorer as well.
Yeah, her range out beyond the arc and his handle. I think it's underrated. One of the top two-way bigs in our league.
Jackson is doubled. Back to Doncic. Doncic drops the hammer.
Luka with so many physical gifts. Taking flight right there.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Richardson gets a wide open look. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Well, he won't miss many of those. Not when he gets a good look like that.
Bamba in the high post. And now Orlando on the break. Pass to KD. And finished off by KD.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
In the corner, Kamara with it. And the Raptors miss again. Orlando trailing here. Herbo on the wing. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Pass to Kamara. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Look, I know he runs the point, but boy, can Doncic go to work inside.
In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Orlando.
Really a great job in this one, forcing the issue defensively. Great quickness and discipline combined, making ball handlers very uncomfortable.
And they've also not only created turnovers tonight, but converted on them. All game long, that strategy has been paying off.
All free throws good from Doncic. And as the days and months go by, Greg, it still may take us some time to get over the shock of last season's trade of Luka Doncic.
And we know the question marks as far as conditioning, defense that led to it. But hard to bet against the talent of his caliber.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shot at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Team changing it up here.
Give yourself a round of applause. Substitution on the court.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent.
Right now for York.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Many players, Clark, can drive in and step back, but few do both as well as Luka Doncic.
Yeah, I agree with you there, man. He's special in that regard, and sometimes he can do both of those things in the same play, even multiple times. I mean, he's a ball-dominant guy, but he's got special scoring ability. His footwork is a big part of it, his ball handling, and his size. I mean, his size is deceptive, and I think underlooked sometimes in how he's able to do what he does with the basketball.
The Magic making a switch here. On the inbound, and Castle finishes it off. Castle's got 20.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, they're in a nice zone right now, and that basket looks, you know, it can handle 2 balls at once. It looks like now it could probably, for them, handle 3 or 4 balls at once as well as they're shooting.
Here's Herbo. Now Durant. 6 to shoot. Shoots the 3. Doncic for the rebound.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Another great pass from Doncic. You pretty much expect him to tally double-digit assists every game.
And that one is good.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
The Magic with the lead. Herbo looking around. Now Bailey. Outside Durant. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Does not go in. And Doncic, here we go. Strong move off the glass.
Luka does not back away from the big stage, guys. This young fella loves to be center stage in the biggest moments.
Monster bucket from Bailey. It's the rookie now stepping up.
Now Jackson. Jackson is doubled. Toward outside. And here is Doncic. Jackson. Oh, hits the putback.
And the big man going off in the clutch. Jackson Jr. knew it was do or die time.
Outside Hero. Pocket pass to the paint, and he punches it home.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
And that's a player with no fear. Jackson steps to the forefront, goes out and gets them a massive bucket.
Now here's Durant. Here's Durant. Stolen by Bamba. Jackson. Count it.
They can't really afford to foul him. This isn't a done deal yet, but they have got to move quick.
That's the way to go.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Kevin Durant. The three doesn't go. And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. What a show they put on.
Peanuts to an elephant. I got through that sentence like a subject and a predicate. Yeah.